verse 10. Turn with me to Mark 14. And here we see an incident with Judas. What covetousness can do. In Mark 14, is just before Jesus' death. Here is this woman who came with this expensive oil, break the box, pour it on Jesus. And some of the disciples were not happy. Judas himself wasn't too happy about that. This could have been sold for how many pence and feed the poor. But Jesus said, leave her alone. She's preparing me for my burial. Judas, on the other hand, in verse 10, one of the 12 went unto the chief priests to betray him unto them. And he went, and when they heard it, they were glad, and promised to give him money, and he sought how he might conveniently betray Jesus. They offered him money, and he did not even stop for a moment and think, but what is going on here? What was happening here? Covetousness can lead to death. Covetousness can lead us and lead people to commit murder. We see it all the time in this world. A person in business and they envy and covet their partner, and before you know it, so then that person is just disappeared. It happens in our family as well. Here, one of Jesus' close companions, these men were the closest to Jesus. And Judas, he betrayed him. Money was offered to him for Jesus' life. And he left looking for an opportunity to kill him. Today people would hire a hitman, hire somebody to take a person down. That's what happened with Judas. He made himself available, and so he was hired to deliver up Jesus. Covetousness. This is what Psalms tells us in Psalms 10. Psalms 10 and verse 3. For the wicked boasted of his own desires, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The Lord do not like a covetous person. The Lord abhors covetousness. And if covetousness lies within us, we need to pray about it. We need to get on our knees. If we find ourselves envying, and if I buy this book, well, I don't like that color, he buy this book, you're going to go buy the same book or buy another one, buy a better one. Covetousness, it happens. We have to face it. And we're told here that God do not like covetousness. He do not like the covetous. And a person might be rich and you think they have everything. We do not know how they get it. We do not know how they come by it. So do not covet the rich. Do not covet the wealthy. It doesn't make our lives any better through covetousness. Turn with me to Exodus. This was a time, Exodus 18, when Moses and the children of Israel left Egypt. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, went to visit Moses, and he saw the work that Moses was doing. sitting all day judging the people, and he thought, this work is way too much for you, Moses. Choose able men. Get men to help you. Make them rulers of 50 and 110. Let's read the verse. In verse 21 of chapter 18, it says, thou wilt surely wear away. This is what he said to Moses. Both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee. Sorry. What verse am I reading? Exodus 18:21. We can read that. Good. For thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. So this is verse 18. We'll read verse 19 as well, down to 21. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of tens. See, good advice. Able men, men that hate covetousness. Achan, on the other hand, when he coveted the Babylonish garment, he took it and he hid it. God's command was, do not take anything from the people. But what did he do? He coveted it. And what did covetousness lead to? His death and his family. That's what happens. So here Jethro is saying to Moses, choose able men. Men that hate covetousness, because with covetousness, when people are in authority and begin to covet, it never works out. They start taking from the people instead of giving the freedom and giving the things that are that were given for the people. They start stealing it. In 1 Timothy 3, verse 2. Here, let's see what advice Paul have here for young Timothy. 1 Timothy 3, verse 2. A bishop must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality and to teach, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous. This is the criteria for a minister in the church. He must not covet. Husband of one wife, not brawler, showing patience. Covetousness will not enhance the work of God. And this goes for all the church. All the church. Not just for the ministers. The ministers comes from within the church. So this is for all of us. Not to covet, not to envy, but be ready for the work of God.